Hello everybody, the Lawn Gnome is here.
Good boy.
We're going to be continuing our week of TV summer sweeps by looking at some shows that premiered on Netflix at the end of 2019, moving on into early 2020. And these were some shows that I was really excited to see come back, and one that actually caught me off guard. And the first one we're going to be talking about is that show, and that is the spin-off to one of my favorite documentary shows on Netflix, and that, of course, is The Toys That Made Us. So welcome to the first season of The Movies That Made Us. This time around, we take a look at 4 fan-favorite films: Dirty Dancing, Die Hard, Home Alone, and Ghostbusters. As a movie fan, this was definitely a show that I was very much interested in because I love The Toys That Made Us, and I cannot wait for that show to continue on with its series. But it was just so interesting to take a look at some of these movies, especially considering the fandoms that are behind them, the actors who made their mark playing these characters, to see how the production really was, the directors, the writers, and how the studios got involved. I think the one that was the most interesting was Home Alone, because I had no idea about how long it took for this movie to get made, and more importantly, how there were so many people that had no faith in this movie actually being successful. So, if you are a movie fan like me and just love these truly iconic fan favorites, then The Movies That Made Us is definitely a show that you should check out. I'm really excited to see what the next group of films will be if this show does in fact get a second season, because like The Toys That Made Us, The Movies That Made Us is just as fun. But now we're going to take a look at the 6th season of a show that I supported from day one, just because the whole concept to me just screamed hilarity, and that is Grace and Frankie, starring Jane Fonda, Lily Tomlin, Martin Sheen, and Sam Waterston. So, Grace and Frankie is without a doubt one of the most hilarious and brilliantly written shows, and it is kind of sad to know that season 7 will in fact be the last one. And it's just so heartwarming to me to know that a show like this managed to last as long as it did, and also has the following that it does. And it's a show that young and old can watch together. I mean, it's definitely mature, it's not for young children or anything like that, but it's truly one of the better comedies that I have seen. And this year's season was definitely a good one, because the relationships have really been tested, and especially with how the show ended, it was a real shocker, and I truthfully feel that it is the best way to go into the final season. I'm not going to say what exactly happened, because I highly recommend that if you've never seen Grace and Frankie before, you watch it and you start from episode 1. I truthfully feel that you will love it, and it's also one of the better shows to start watching during Pride Month. And the final show that we're going to be talking about is one that I was very excited to see come back, and it was the 3rd season of Castlevania, the anime show from Netflix based on the popular Nintendo game. And I didn't really get the show's 3rd season that I thought I was going to get. It was definitely a much more subtle season, but it definitely did have its moments. The one thing I didn't really care much about was Isaac's journey, because he's just a character that really didn't seem to be someone that I really followed. But oh man, Carmela, who is my favorite character, I loved the story that was involved around her, and we got to actually meet her 4 sisters, including the very subtle yet devious, innocent-looking Lenore. And oh my god, when I first saw Lenore, I said to myself, there's something about her that is just screaming that she is going to be the X factor of this entire show. She may look innocent, but something bad lurks deep within her. And the whole season, her creating this relationship with Hector, it definitely paid off until the very end, because when that ending And what her role in this entire season was, I was like, oh my god, you bitch, but in the most delightful and excited way possible, and I cannot wait for Castlevania Season 4. Like I said, not as in-your-face and epic as especially Season 1 was. It's also because of the fact that Castlevania Season 1 only had 4 episodes, but it was great to see these characters again, and oh man, I cannot wait to see what's going to happen in Season 4. So that's it, everybody. Those are my thoughts on Netflix shows, and I'm really excited to go to another streaming service tomorrow, so I will see you in the next one.
Someone say my name?
Who are you?
I'm Brian Dennehy.
What? No, not fucking Brian Dennehy. Get the fuck out of here.
Hey, thank you so much for stopping by my channel today. If you're new here and want to see more of what my channel has to offer, please click on the link to my last video, or hit that subscribe button to be kept up to date with all of my uploads. Content of all sorts is posted here quite often, so trust me, you do not want to fall behind. I will see you in the comments, and actions speak louder than words.